Hello, welcome to Insights in Action with Orange 142, where we interview agency leaders and business owners to uncover the journeys, the strategies, and the insights that drive their success. At Orange 142, we're all about transforming brand stories into impactful digital experiences through innovative media and marketing solutions. And today I'm lucky to be joined by David of Spoke Marketing. How's it going, David?
If I were doing any better, I'd have to be twins, as they say. Good
I
day.
love it. That's great. Yes, I know. Almost the end of the week, and we've got some holidays coming up. It's a good time of the year, busy time of the year, but it's a good time of the year.
It's good
Um,
busy. Yeah.
yeah. So I'd love to just start this off by learning a little bit more about your background, David, and the creation or the building of Spoke Marketing.
I'll try and make that long story short. We are 16 years old,
Wow.
so we've been around a while. Started an agency. So my background's all agency, and started the agency to create a place where I would want to work because none of the other places that I worked did I want to work.
Yeah.
Um, and so our we've been really intentional and lucky about the culture at Spoke. We've the folks we've got are everyone's a seasoned professional. I
Mm.
don't dye my hair gray. And so there have been people we've been working together 20, 25 years in different agencies, different capacities. So we, we created a dream team of our own.
Mm.
It's just we like working together. We work well together. There's no drama. We run on EOS, and our core values are pretty important to us. And it's hopefully we try and make it the Hotel California of places to work. You're not leaving, man. And our focus is primarily business to business. We stumbled into a specialty where we work with fiber internet companies, and that's been a happy accident. So we do have some B2C, and it's fiber internet, and we've been working in that vertical for 5 or 6 years and have a pretty nice formula down. Hate to say it's a formula, but we've figured out a recipe that works well. And so that's something that we do that's completely different. The rest of it is business to business.
And Spoke Marketing specializes in branding and messaging, strategy, and sales and marketing alignment for B2B companies mostly. So I'm curious, how do you approach aligning these elements to ensure that your clients can effectively communicate their value proposition?
I'll start with the alignment of
Uh-huh.
their sales and marketing. And that was a happy accident where this was about 6 or 7 years ago. We had one of our clients was a CMO, and he left that company he was with.
Mm.
A director of sales had us come in. They were in Atlanta, so we went down, meet with them in Atlanta. And we're uncovering the things that he thought he needed. And I need this and this. And we're like, okay, you have this and this. And his sales team had no idea that it existed or how to use it. And it was just like, oh my God. So that's when we realized, and other people realized it before us. It's not like we landed on the moon or anything, but just we really were hit over the head with the division between sales and marketing, and not like in a Hatfields and McCoy's kind of way, but more of a silo, don't connect kind of way. And part of what we do is we understand how clients sell, but more importantly, how their prospects want to buy,
Mhm.
and work with the sales team to create the tools they need to reduce friction through the buying
Right.
process, shorten that sales cycle.
Mhm.
And then the alignment with the product and service that they sell is we, a lot of customers, clients are very proud of their business, and rightfully, and they're excited to share. They're, and they tell you what they want to say. Let me tell you all about this. and it's really important to them, but not necessarily the prospect.
Mhm.
So we figure out it's not what you want to say, it's what they want to hear.
Right.
And there's a line from the book, I think it's a book Positioning. It's an awesome book. And I read it, it's in the 90s, but it stuck with me. It's start with the prospect, not the product. And that's really just, you have to understand what's important to the prospect, what the benefits are, and create that
Yeah.
messaging that's clear, compelling, and concise.
And I feel
So,
like that's where a lot of startups even go wrong. And I'm not sure how many startups you work with, but they always are like, I have this idea for this product. And if you look at it's, well, what issues is the product solving for
right.
people, right? It's the
Right.
positioning part, right?
Yeah.
And
They get,
everybody's trying to create the next unicorn. And for example, I'll take Facebook, which was arguably a pretty big B2B company. And I don't think a lot of people realize how large of a B2B company Facebook actually is. That's what it was
right, right.
created to be. It wasn't created for because some guy got mad that his girlfriend broke up with him. But that was seeing a problem that people don't have a place to hang out online and creating something that solved that problem, but then on the back end having this advertising platform that was built. And so I love your viewpoint on that it start with the prospect first. I love that.
Yeah, like startups and technology companies, they fall into a tech trap,
Yeah.
and they're selling, some of them, they sell as if they're selling to the engineer that built the product.
Hmm.
And I don't care about the platform or the queries or the quant analysis or like that. No,
Yeah.
stop it. But we have to, that's another thing that because we're seasoned, and that's a nice way of saying old,
Mm.
we're not dummies like everyone at the shop. And I think most marketing people in general. So we think deeply so we can understand. We have to dig in deep. One of our core
Right.
values is get dirty. So
Mm.
we have to understand 10 years ago or something, we were working on something in the blockchain and it blew our minds. It's
Hmm.
okay, immutable, blah, blah. And we're not tech people, but we
Hmm.
have to be.
Right.
So we have to learn about ago we were learning doing AI projects. So we have to understand. I'm great at a cocktail party. I know a little bit of a lot of stuff. The But we have to really dig in and understand it so we can simplify it. And
Right.
we have to work through the nerd of
Hmm.
tech
Yeah.
and get to the heart of it and the benefit of it. And that's the most rewarding part of what we do. And I think we build beautiful websites with good UX and great SEO. And so do a lot of other agencies, and they're great. What we love doing and what I think we're great at is that branding and messaging and positioning. That's where we have the most fun anyway.
And it's such a need too, because I think that it's hard unless you've got a rock star, which I believe can exist at any company, don't get me wrong, but you need that outside perspective a lot of times. Like it's really hard to do it from the inside as a B2B company or even as a B2C company. And that's why hiring an outside agency for stuff like this is so valuable because they are seeing things that you might not be seeing.
And what's that saying? You can't read the label from inside the jar.
Right. Yeah.
Once you're a little too close to it.
Yeah.
So we're in the process of working with an outside consultant right now to
Mm.
help look at us and what we're great at because we're too close to it. So
Yeah.
agencies have to hire other marketing people to help them too because it's we're not objective.
Right.
We think we think we're great. Well, are we great at that? Are we saying it right? Like we
Yeah.
just so it's nice we hire other agencies to help us.
I love that. Oh my God. It's so good for an agency because so many times with agencies, what you see is there's another saying, what is it? The son of the cobbler has no shoes or something like that,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, it happens all the time with agencies. Like we're amazing, even for example, at providing leads for other companies. But man, when it comes to us, we've got zero leads and we're struggling. So
And that's one of our priorities right now is working on ourselves. So that's
yeah,
because it's like you have to, and we have to
yeah,
do it just like our clients. You can't do it once and then be done with it. We're revisit it not every quarter, but every few years.
right.
And because the market's changed, we've changed. it's the market is dynamic and we have to
Yeah,
be too.
exactly. Now, I know that you guys have clients in industries like manufacturing, software, professional services, and they can have some pretty niche audiences. How do you guys tailor your branding and messaging strategies to resonate with these specialized markets?
So we start clients, we have our initial engagement with them, we call it destination mapping, and
Okay.
part of that is a messaging framework. So we'll come up with, we work with them. It's pretty, it's an interactive process where we're working with them. It's collaborative. And but we figure out who their target audience is. And let's say a tech company, they're going to have to talk to an engineer. They're going to have to talk to someone in purchasing, maybe, or finance, or in manufacturing. It could be a floor operator, it could be the production manager, it could be the purchasing. They're different personas. We didn't invent it, but there are different stakeholders that are involved in making the decision. Some of them are influencers, some of them are decision makers, and you don't always know who it is. Sometimes purchasing is rubber stamping things, and sometimes they dig in. Sometimes same thing with the CFO, but we have to be able to tell the story in a way that we have to understand what their pains are, what our clients, what the product or service solves, what the benefit is, and then the language that you use to communicate with them. So we create, it's a framework, it's almost like a matrix for every persona. We'll identify their pains, their concerns, their obstacles to overcome, and then as much as we can try to make the benefit tangible. That's another thing that people I think often overlook. It's great customer service isn't a tangible benefit.
Right.
We answer your call on the second ring, that's tangible. So
Yeah.
what can we do to make things tangible?
Mhm.
And what are the obstacles that we have to overcome?
Mhm.
Because people have their guards up. People are marketed to constantly. What are the preconceptions that you're going to have to address proactively?
Yeah. Wow, I
And
love that.
so
Destination mapping. That's great.
yeah,
Uh,
it's taken us a while to get this. And I don't want it, so it's again, we're an EOS company. That's one of our proven processes
mm,
is we've got we've just over the years we figured out this is the way we do it. And
mm,
it's not formulaic, but there is a process, and it's not methodical in a rote way,
yeah.
but it's methodical. We can't go forward until we agree on this. And we can't, and then we have to do this. And then so we're building upon something and we can't jump right to the punchline.
I love that. Wow, that's great. And I love when there's just this like it's all everything you're doing is battle tested, which is amazing. It's like, okay, we tried this didn't work. That's such a value to potential clients and current clients. That okay, we've tried this and this is all the ways it didn't work. I come from the sales or from the sales side of marketing, and so I noticed a big jump when I would explain our process and I would explain all the ways it didn't work to get to the place to
Right.
where it did work. And then, like most salespeople wouldn't see that. Like most people, or they wouldn't say that. Rather, they would, they'd be like,
Right.
"Well, I just want to tell them all the good things." But I'm like, no. If I tell them all the ways that we got to where we are, people really like to hear that story and why that didn't work and why because people
Yeah.
want to work with experts, and that's what makes you an expert.
Well, and sometimes people just want a website.
Yeah.
I just want a website. It's okay. Well, we can do that, but first we got to do this. Like
Right.
otherwise, we're not your team because I can't ask my team to do, I don't call it crap work, but work that they're not proud of.
Mm.
And yeah, they could knock out a quick site for someone, but they wouldn't be proud of it because they don't know if it's going to work or
Yeah.
not.
Exactly.
And it's we we're in business to help businesses grow their business.
Yeah.
And
Right.
if what we do isn't going to do that, like we've told clients, just keep your money. If you really want like you'll get a bigger ROI on your investment if you take that bag of money
Mm.
and go into a public square and burn it,
Yeah.
and you'll at least get some publicity about this new guy
Yeah.
just burned $10,000. So do that, you know.
Yeah.
We can't, and we just can't in good conscience take it either. It's thankfully there have been enough clients that want to do it the right way that
Mhm.
when someone doesn't want to, that's fine.
Yeah.
And we're not so arrogant to think there aren't other ways. This is just our way.
Right. Yeah.
This is
Exactly.
just like other people have other ways and it works for them and great. There are a million great choices out there for marketing
Yeah.
agencies. We're not the only one.
Yeah. 100%.
It's got to be a good fit both ways.
Yes, exactly. And that's why you should be disqualifying around 40 to 50% of the people who ever come to you for work. It's just how it is because
Right.
that's how the numbers work out over a long period of time. Not everybody's going to mesh well with your core values or and whatnot. So disqualify, and you have to be coming from a place of abundance to do that.
Right.
So
Even if you're not, even if you're
yeah,
like, oh
yeah,
man, this month, next March isn't looking like I'm looking at March now. It's November for everyone keeping score at home. And we're looking at March. It's okay, March could use some filling up right now,
yeah,
but I it's got to be it's got to be
exactly.
the right stuff because you don't want to be busy with the wrong stuff when the right stuff comes around.
Yeah,
And our relationships, we've got clients that have been with us as long as we've been in business.
amazing.
So, and it's just those are the relationships we want. It's just
Yeah.
a mutual trust and respect. And it's not like we're never trying to figure out how much money you have and how quickly we can take it. We really want to help grow your
Yeah,
business. We're not,
absolutely.
we want to be here for the long haul. And
Mhm.
because it's fun. Like
Yeah,
you watch a business grow and it's just like we get excited about it. It's
yeah,
like when we have had clients who have been smaller shops and we've done some things to transform their business and they have never come back because they haven't needed to
yeah.
because they were a small shop and we opened up a new market for them and they've been drinking out of a fire hose for the last 8 years.
Right.
But I still go out to lunch with the guy a couple times a year.
Yeah.
You know, it's they're killing it and I'm thrilled to see it. So it's rewarding.
Awesome. Well, David, this has been fantastic. Where can people learn more about you and where can people learn more about your agency?
They can reach out to me personally. LinkedIn is always a good way to do it.
Okay,
Uh, and that's just David Meyer. And then it's Spoke Marketing. And then our URL is spokemarketing.com.
perfect.
Um, we're around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And even if the other thing, and I didn't get into this, but if someone's not a right fit, don't you like referring to them to someone who
yes.
is? Like, I'd get some perverse joy out of doing that. We're not good for you, but I know who is. It's like getting to do two people a favor. I get a kick out of it. And it's
Mm,
just like, so yeah, I love meeting people, talking to people, learn. I'm constantly looking to learn.
I
So
love it. Awesome. Well, David, thank you so much. This has been great.
yeah, no, thanks for reaching out and uh, we'll be in touch for sure.
Sounds good.